Okay, good. So what's going to happen today is actually I'm going to talk a little bit about ENJO, about how it works, because I want the key elements. I want people to start using it and getting it in their home, and it's working amazing. And then I'm going to take you upstairs to my house, and we're just going to show you a couple little things. You guys have already seen a kitchen demo. I had that kind of set up. I was also going to kind of show you floors and maybe how to quickly clean a window. I'm not sure really what. I can pretty much do anything on the fly. So if you have any other questions about anything else, then just kind of let me know. There's a lot of information to share, even though it's very simple information. So if I could direct everybody to my Facebook page, because as I just said, I video everything that I'm cleaning. If there's something that you need to clean, I've cleaned it. I live on a farm. We actually have 350 acres. We just got in 80 cattle from out west. We usually put about 80 to 100 cattle through our farm. My husband works full-time. I'm a part-time hygienist. I'm 3 days a week, and I've been doing that for almost 27 years. So if you want to head to that Facebook page, I can quickly put up a video for you to kind of see, and to see what the next steps are, because we can talk about some things today, but I can't really talk about everything. Otherwise, I'd have you here for a couple hours, right, Sue? I kind of can go on, and I want to cut myself off so that I don't keep you, so that you can go have your coffee and do your day. So as I had mentioned, I was introduced to ENJO 13 years ago. I literally thought, where have these fibers been all my life? Because I used to use a lot of stuff. I am the cleaning professional in our home. When I went to my first cleaning class, which is where you're at right now, actually, it's kind of crazy you're at a cleaning class, but this is the way we teach. My husband said to me, "You are the cleaner, go buy your tools." And I really had this belief that I couldn't spend money on cleaning products. I had to do it really cheap, and that's what I did. I used cheap stuff, the stuff you can buy in the stores. I used flat microfiber, cheap made in China cloths that did nothing but flat cleaning. I put myself into a lot of harm. We had a lot of chemical residue in our house because I had to use a lot of products to clean, because as a dental hygienist, and I don't care if you're a hygienist at all, or you want it clean. If you're going to spend the time, you want it clean. So I used a lot of chemicals. Then I went down to green products. So at that point, I don't know if anybody remembers, but President's Choice was coming out with a lot of green products then. The GreenWorks method was starting to come out. So I started purchasing a lot of that. I took about this much out of the top of the bottle and I shoved it to the back of my cupboard, because it wasn't working either. I got product residue everywhere and not a clean, sparkling shower the way that I wanted it to be. So then I went down to vinegar and baking soda and lemon juice, and I got nothing but a house that smelled like fish and chips. I actually corroded some of my taps because I used so much vinegar, and vinegar, as you know, is an acid. So vinegar's job is actually to eat chrome and to take finish off flooring. Which I did, much to my husband's chagrin and much to my chagrin, because when you put a product on, you never really wash that product off. We kind of smear it in and not really read the directions on the back of the label to take it off. So when I went to this class, my girlfriend said to me, "You have to come listen to this. It is mechanical cleaning." And all of a sudden, my whole head just switched, and I thought, oh, mechanical cleaning. Well, that's what I do every day as a hygienist, or 3 days a week. I don't take anything to kill bacteria or viruses in the mouth. That is really important, because if your hygienist is taking a chemical cleaning your mouth, there is something wrong. We take water and very tiny engineered instruments. They're very sharp, but very, very tiny. And we mechanically go underneath the gum tissue to pull out bacteria, viruses, tartar, all the rest of that gooey stuff. And if anybody wants a good oral hygiene lesson, I can do one of those too, because it's my passion. Move on, Laurie, move on. So, but mechanical cleaning is what we do as hygienists. Yet in my home, I was thinking that I needed a product to kill. I was trying to kill everything in my home to get things clean. So with ENJO, we don't do any killing. We actually can't say that we disinfect or we sanitize, because those two terms are connected to a chemical. You have to make the chemical in a chemical plant in order to say that you kill something. But even that, saying that, I want to go one step farther. you're not killing anything unless you're reading the back of the label and you're actually following the instructions. So I never read a label. I did see the big caution signs on it, but I never read that it was for hard, non-porous surfaces. That's windows. That's 2% of your home. I didn't read that I had to leave it wet for 4 to 10 minutes. I didn't read that I had to wash it off with water, potable water. You know, sometimes they'll say rinse off with hot soapy water just to try to get the residue off. And I'll explain that right now. So to explain kind of how ENJO works, I have to explain product cleaning. So that's kind of what I've been talking about is product cleaning. So products are anything like I mentioned, from harsh chemicals, and these harsh chemicals are actually sold at Walmart, but you cannot take them to the landfill when you want to dispose of them. You have to take them to hazardous waste day. So that was another eye-opener for me. But any harsh chemicals, Mr. Clean, scrubbing bubbles, CLR, any green products, Method, Greenworks, anything like that is a product, all the way down to vinegars and baking sodas and lemon juices and all the rest of it. Those are all products. So what that means is you have to pour the product on your surface or push it into your surface for it to do anything. So 98% of the surfaces in our home have all these little micropores in them. And micropores, except glass. So that's your 2% of non-porous hard surfaces. The rest, 98% of the surfaces have all these micropores. It's down in the micropores where all your dirt, your grime, your oil, your chicken, turkey bomb, all that lives down there. And when you take a product, you have to pour it on or wipe it on. Hopefully nobody's spraying anymore. We haven't sprayed anything in the dental office in probably 10 years because you're breathing all that in. You have to put the product on. You have to let it sit for the required amount of time that it says on the back of the bottle. Please read your products. And then it says that you have to wash it off with potable water. So here's my old cleaning cloth. This one had silver in it. This one was just a cheap one from Home Hardware. They both say made in China, but they're both flat cloths. So what flat cloths do is they go over top of your surface like this. They surface clean. So what's left down here now is maybe dead bacteria because you've killed it because you've left it for 10 minutes. Maybe live bacteria because you didn't kill the bad stuff because you didn't leave it for the correct amount of time, or it's that 0.01% that it does not kill still down there. It's all your grease and your grime. But what that computes to is food for bacteria growth. So bacteria needs 2 things to grow. It needs a food source and it needs a moisture source. And in the mouth, it grows every 24 hours. We feed it, it's moist in there, and it's warm in there. So down here on the surfaces though, it's all that product residue that's mixed in with all the goo that's left. And bacteria will start to regrow and eat that as food. And what's happening in our homes is we're creating all these superbugs in our schools, in our hospitals, in our nursing homes, which we cannot control because they've got to use all these products. But in our homes, we can control what's happening in here. And I want no superbugs in my home. It's kind of like antibiotics, right? I used to take an antibiotic, take a few of them. Ooh, I'm feeling really good, but I better put those in the back of my closet, right? Because I might need them later. This was a long time ago. I haven't taken an antibiotic in years and years, but that's what we used to do. And a lot of people used to do that. And what happened was you killed some of the bacteria, some of the virus, so that you were feeling better. Stop taking it. You didn't kill all of it. It got resistant to what we were using as antibiotics. So resistant bacteria, superbugs. So here we go, and we're doing it in our homes. And actually, just a little while ago, some of these product companies were starting to come out with new formulas, stronger chemicals, because nobody's reading a label. Or I shouldn't say nobody. The majority of people aren't reading the label. So they're not leaving it for the correct amount of time to kill what's supposed to be killed. They're not pulling it off. So new bacteria is eating it as food, and it's multiplying and getting stronger and stronger and stronger. So that is product cleaning in a nutshell. ENJO is very, very different. We are a fiber that is engineered in Austria. It even says it on our tag. ENJO made in Austria. The only thing that's not made in Austria is our water bottle. It is made in Italy, so quality is there. These are ENJOtex certified. I don't know if anybody's an environmentalist on here, but this is the best zero waste system I've ever come across. And I know that because looking back 13 years ago, I didn't know I was zero waste already. when zero waste wasn't even a thing. It wasn't even a word. But looking back, I'm thinking, oh my goodness, how much time have I saved? How much money have I saved not purchasing anything over the last 30 years except some ENJO fibers, some water, and maybe some good soap to wash it with. So our ENJOtex fibers are very, very different. We are a very thick fiber. Whenever you see a dark color in the zone, that's your strongest fiber, and I'll show you that in a minute. And wherever you see a sun on the fiber, that is your strongest fiber. And when I turn this around, and if you use the kitchen glove to clean up that turkey bomb, you would have noticed that there is a kind of a scratchy side on this side. And a lot of people think this is our strongest side. It is when you're trying to remove something really baked on, but basically you want the grease fiber when you're picking up a lot of stuff. The fibers are very, very tiny. There are millions of them here in the glove. And what we do is we put cold water on it. So you can actually do a few things. You can wet the glove totally. And if you do that, just roll it and give it a good squish so that water's not dripping down your arm. You can spray water on here or wet half of it. You can spray water on the spill that you're cleaning up or the surface that you're cleaning. All of it works. We're just always in cold water. The glove is because our hands need to be ergonomically correct. So as a hygienist, it doesn't matter what you do, but I do this all day long with a lot of pressure, especially now since COVID's hit and my patients haven't seen me for an entire year. So it's a lot of this. So and it's a lot of this, right? Pushing and shoving with an old cleaning cloth. So we want to get our hands ergonomically correct, our wrists so that they're fairly flat. You can still move your fingers around when you're going around into things, but you use the gloves with light circular motions. And that's because over top of 100% of your surfaces in your kitchen now, your ENJOtex fiber is actually going down and just pulling everything up. So the fibers need to be light circular motion so that they do this. They just go down into the pores of the surface. If you were to push with the fiber, just like pushing with a toothbrush, your fibers do this, and then they don't go underneath into the pores of the surface. And when you're scrubbing with a toothbrush, your toothbrush does that, and they don't go between your teeth and underneath the gum tissue the way that it should. So it's the same way as you're brushing your teeth, as you're using your ENJO. Circular motions with ENJO, circular motions with your toothbrush. See, I knew I'd get an oral hygiene instruction in there somewhere. So you're going to go everywhere in your kitchen with this glove. The fibers are formed a little bit differently. In your kitchen glove, I would only caution you, please do not use this on wooden surface or your porcelain. Over time, it will damage it. It just keeps pulling the surface off, okay? But for sure, anywhere else in your kitchen sink, your stainless steel, your countertops, your marble, your microwave, your ovens, your refrigerator, everything with cold water. Now, when we do this, I'll show you upstairs, but you'll see water left behind. And that's why we have a drying cloth. So our drying cloths are big. There's one in every zone. So the zones are about $1 a week to use in your home to clean. And there's one in every zone because we feel that you only need really one to use with the zone. And you're drying and shining with this. So the gloves and the fibers pick up the food for bacteria and all the yuck on your countertops and all your surfaces, and your drying cloths pick up the moisture. And when you have those two together, our studies that are actually done at the hospitals in Austria by the health inspector are saying 6 times better than traditional cleaning. So way back when, I just wanted it as clean as a chemical. When I can get it 6 times better with only using water, not putting myself in harm, I'm not putting anything in our septic system except dirty water and a little bit of plant-based soap when I watch this, and I'll go over that upstairs. I'm cleaning in half the time. I'm cleaning less because our home is staying cleaner longer. Because again, you're not putting product for more dust to grab onto, for more bacteria to start growing and creating stains and smells. Any questions so far? No? Okay, all right. So behind me, you'll see a bunch of different colors. So ENJO actually makes things super simple, and they need to do it this way because there's different surfaces in our home and there's different zones. So we call them zones. So whether it's an area or a zone in the home. So we've got our bathroom, which is very, very different from our kitchen. In our bathroom, we're mostly soap scum and general yuck. Our kitchen's mostly grease. And the fibers are cut differently. The fibers in the kitchen zone are cut like human hair. And just like our human hair, that's why all the oil and grease from that chicken spill or that turkey spill went right into the fiber. It's just like our hair, when all the grease just goes right down into the scalp. And our fibers in our bathroom zone are cut like little chisels to go through that soap scum and to not harm the surface there as well. Our living zone is for all of our dusting, all of our windows, our woods, our walls, our textiles. That's how your daughter could do the carpet because we're doing fabrics with our textile glove. Our floors, we want to get off our hands and knees. We want to get off ladders. So I'll show you a little bit with the floors upstairs. Our skin. So ENJO is calling our bodies a zone. Why? Because they don't want us to change the pH level of our skin. They want us to keep it pH neutral. They don't want us to add product to create eczema and allergies on the skin and to add to psoriasis things. They want to use a fiber that's actually a dermatologist tested to 5 stars to pull off the skin to keep the skin really, really healthy and beautiful. The skincare I'm not going to talk a lot about today. It is on sale though, so if anybody's interested in that, please let me know. This was very different for us to use. I posted a little video in the Facebook page, Sue, just how quickly and how effectively and how gentle they are to take off a ton of makeup. We did Halloween makeup, but we've been using these for 13 years. So, and they last 3 years. So zero waste, cleaning the skin with no soap, no body wash, nothing. Just pulling everything off the skin so far as to, get acne to go away. We've got wipes for children, so no more carbon footprint anymore and no more waste when you're cleaning up babies and bums and all the rest of it. I know you guys don't have young children anymore. I don't either. But that next generation coming up, they are looking for, for zero waste. They're looking for neutral carbon footprint, and they're looking for something that's sustainable. Okay, so let me talk a little bit. What did you want me to talk about, you guys? And then we'll go from there. Do you want me to go right up to the kitchen, or I can talk about something else since you've seen the kitchen thing? And then we'll go up and do floors and a window? Yes.
You did say one of those cloths is for wooden floors.
Yes.
Or wooden surfaces.
That's right. So with our floor zone, and I've got these upstairs too, Jim. I'm going to bring you upstairs and I'll actually do a little bit of a demo, but I'll kind of talk about them here. So when you see something orange like this, so there's an orange glove up in our living zone up there, there's an orange fiber, and upstairs I've got an orange dust flexi. This is all for dusting. So on the tag, it should say dust. I know this is backwards. And there will be a water droplet on here, just hang on, like that, with an X through it. And what that means is that you use it with no water. So everything's used dry. So ENJO's testing for allergens. So we're picking up dog hair. That's not a big deal for ENJO. Cat hair, all that. We're going for the tiny stuff, pulling it into the fiber, and then we're taking it outside, grabbing that, and we're shaking it outside into the environment so that you pull it into the fiber out of the house and then totally out of the house so that your dust isn't coming back. So the dust fiber I suggest on all wooden floors, all surfaces, but let's think out of the box. Let's put this on and I'll show you how to do this. Extend our pole and go up to the ceiling and grab the cobwebs. And let's dust the walls if they're dusty. Okay, so not just floors. It's really kind of total top and bottom in the home. And that's our duster. Mine was 8 years old before I replaced it. I never bought a Swiffer or anything. Yes.
Oh my God, that was a lot of information. I was going to talk about something that you just said like 2 minutes ago. Okay. So yeah, Rob, I'm really allergic to dust, and so are you. And I think when you were over, I did some dusting and stuff. That's the only time I can do the dusting, because even with a wet rag, I still have a reaction. So, but I can't shake it out. So he's got to do that.
Yeah. You can even take a little. You can even take a little vacuum and vacuum it off, but for sure, if you're allergic to dust, get someone else to do this. So my girlfriend was just diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer. She is not an ENJO user, and I just kick myself all the time because I wait for people to come to me instead of really pushing it on people. And I wish I would have pushed it on her 13 years ago, because now we're dealing with stage 4. But I went to clean her house the other day on Sunday, just as a gift to her and her husband. And her husband said, oh, I've got a Dyson, everything's fine, and they're all hardwood and everything. The amount of dust this picked up, he shook this outside 10 times, and they are in a small area. They moved into their cottage in Sabo Beach. And I also used the dust flexi, which I'll show you upstairs, to get the ceiling fans. There was that much dust on the ceiling fans. And Lisa was sitting right there. And I said to her, and I know that she has lung cancer. I shouldn't be spreading dust and everything in the air. And I said to her, I want you to watch for any dust coming off here. You know, the lights were on, falling down. Nothing fell. And I went nice and slow. So I wasn't whisking everything around, but I went slow because I literally had to pull that much dust off the ceiling fans. Pulled it off, gave it to Shane. He went outside, came back in, did the same thing. Her house was sparkling when she woke up after her nap. She has lung cancer, and I felt amazing cleaning her home with water or nothing with the dusters. It was incredible. So let me go on to the next fibers here. We talked about hardwood. So flat hardwood that's shiny, I usually recommend the lightest fiber. It's our soft fiber. I will wet a little bit of the edge of this, and then I will leave about 2/3 dry. And the reason for that is because you're not supposed to use a lot of water on hardwood surfaces. So, and I'll again show you upstairs how I do it. But I start with that, and then I take the water bottle and I spritz the water as I need it on the floor. And you can actually clean, and it pretty much dries your floor at the same time while standing up. Okay, and then the next fiber up is the medium fiber. So if you've got more of a luxury vinyls that are coming out, or if you've got a lot of vinyl floor with texture in it, or matte finish, or just a lot of dirt. Sometimes on the farm, I get my medium fiber out, so it's the next step up. But we are also cleaning all the way up to pools. And we're cleaning concrete. And we're cleaning wooden decks that have a lot of algae and black algae on it with our higher fibers that are a little bit, well, not a little bit, they're a lot stronger than these. Okay. Okay, bathroom cleaning. I'll do that quick before I head upstairs. How are we doing for time? Are you guys all right? I got about maybe 15 minutes. We'll wrap it up. Okay, so with all the zones comes a glove. Some of the zones have a little bit of a scrub, and that's because if you need the next level clean, so any tile with grout in the bathroom, you want to switch over to your scrub. And then you can push a little bit more, not a lot, but you can actually just push it a little bit more. If you've got a lot of yuck in your bathtub, I power through with my scrub, and then I turn it over light circular motions with the rest of the fibers. So that's pulling everything off. And then you are drying behind with your drying cloth. Always cleaning with the fiber, lightly and gently drying behind with the drying cloth. So I go from my countertop, my taps, my sinks, dry behind. I go into my tub, dry behind. I go into my shower. I actually have a squeegee system that I'll show you upstairs. It's got a bathroom fiber on it, so I'm cleaning with that and pulling down the water so that I'm saving my drying cloth. And then I go to the outside of the toilet with the glove. I'm drying behind, but also make sure that you're doing kind of your walls and around your flooring around the toilet. And inside the toilet, we have a toilet fiber. So ENJO is just water, so it's the same with your toilet. This toilet fiber actually just goes right inside your toilet. I usually get it a little bit wet, and you can go underneath the seat. You can actually go down beside the toilet if there's any urine down there, and then go right into the toilet. Wherever this fiber touches, it will actually just keep pulling off everything. You're going to flush that down into your septic system or into your waterway if you're in the municipality. It's just dirty water that's going to feed everything, which is amazing. And then you'll see where you missed if your toilet's really dirty. And then you can just kind of go in and get that. I usually tap it off. I put it in a yogurt container because we have 4 bathrooms in this farmhouse. And I do all 4 bathrooms, and then everything goes in the laundry, and I'll explain that upstairs on how to wash your egg. The only thing with my bathroom is with 4 bathrooms, I have 2 drying cloths. So what I do, I actually have 2 bathroom ones, but when I first started, I took the living drying cloth and to do my mirrors and my stainless steel taps, because your drying cloth is meant to get wet. That's its job. It pulls up the water. And if you're in your, you know, by the time 1-2 bathrooms, not a big deal. By the time I get to my 4th, my drying cloths are wet because I'm speeding along. I can do my bathroom in anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes as well, which is huge. That's huge money savings for me because it means I don't have to get anybody in to clean my home, which is awesome. Okay, any questions about that? If not, I'm going to take you upstairs with me. Here we go. Come with me. Yeah, we need a little song and dance. I actually do clog.
That's when you're cleaning that one.
Yeah. Okay, so I did set up a little bit of a butter demo here. I might as well go through it because it's going to be super fast. This is my toaster, and this is butter. So I'm just going to smear it. Can you guys see that okay? There. I'm going to smear that all over. I have my kitchen glove, which I actually used this morning. You'll see some butter already on it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on my hand flat. And I'm going to spray the water. I might as well do everything here. And then I'm going to clean my toaster because it is disgusting with all the toaster crumbs and everything else on it. So we quickly go from one thing to the next. You should see, maybe you can't, some water droplets because there is water on there. That's when I just take this, my drying cloth, and I dry behind. I'm also just going to do the countertop because I got some water down there. Always, always make sure you do your salt and pepper shakers. I still have quite a bit of butter on here. And it's not transferring. I'm going to dry behind so that I don't leave water droplets on there. And I want it to shine. This is a pet peeve of mine when I go to restaurants. Salt and pepper shakers are disgusting. And that was prior to COVID. It drove me mental. Crazy nutso. All right.
How is it that the butter does not transfer off onto the other?
Yeah, good question. So the fibers are actually engineered to do that. So these fibers, actually the kitchen fibers, you can still see the butter on here. They were engineered by an inventor who watched an oil spill in Lake Constance in Austria. So he was having his coffee and the oil spill happened and he thought, man, wouldn't it be cool if I could actually get a fiber that pulled the oil from the oil spill in and then dispose of it that way, because he watched all these people try to clean up this oil. Have you ever cleaned up oil from water? It's crazy hard. So he was from Vorarlberg, and he created and engineered this fiber, and that's how the whole thing started. So our kitchen fiber is one of the first fibers that was formed. He did it. He went and cleaned up oil out of the water with the fiber, and then he disposed of it where he needed to, and then he threw his invention up in the attic because he thought nobody is going to buy a fiber that cleans up oil from a lake. Nobody. But his son, Johannes Engel, which is the ENJO. Johannes is the J-O and the E-N is Engel, his last name. He was a professional chef, and in the kitchens in Europe, they say, please do not use chemicals around food. And in Canada, we say, especially now, oh my gosh, poison everything, smear poison over everything to kill everything, right? But in Europe, they say, please don't do that around our food. So Johannes's kitchen actually became very, very residue-y. He had a lot of yuck on his stainless steel. He couldn't get the oil and grease off because he couldn't use a chemical that would cut through that. So he thought to himself, wow, if my dad's fiber actually pulled oil from a lake, maybe it would pull the oil and grease up from my kitchen. So he went and got it. He cut it into a glove because, again, as a chef, you're working with your hands and prepping a lot of food. And he thought, wow, I can get a massive surface clean. Look at cleaning surface in here besides, you know, tiny little cleaning surfaces from hanging onto a flat cloth. So he said, I'm going to use cold water because the Lake Constance was cold. And that's how it all began. He started cleaning up his kitchen, and all of a sudden, all these layers. So with ENJO, we say what goes on in layers sometimes comes off in layers. So if you don't get an immediate shine, there's a lot of layers of stuff on there, like a baked in oven, like there's lots of layers. It'll start pulling just like peeling back an onion. And that's how the whole thing started. So
You
it's
didn't really
actually,
I don't mean to take our time up, but you didn't really answer the question as to how it works, but that's okay. So you're saying
well,
it absorbs the butter, but it won't transfer, but the butter's still in there, still in the fibers.
right, yes.
Then you have to wash it out or clean it at some point to get the butter
Yeah,
out.
that's right. And I'll show you that right
There
now.
must be some saturation point where it can't take any more.
Yeah, you're right. When the fiber is fully saturated, yeah, sorry about that I didn't answer your question. I don't know how this is engineered. I've been to the plant and where it's been made in Vorarlberg, but I actually cannot tell you how it's engineered. They make it to be like human hair so that it sucks everything into it, and then you clean it like human hair. You clean it with hot soapy water. So let me show you that. So you can actually clean this with any soap you like. Make sure that it is no fabric softener, no bleach. So if you're an environmentalist, you want to be in a plant-based soap. If you're not, just make sure that you're really in no bleach, no fabric softener, hot water, just like you're washing your hair, hot soapy water, and everything's hanged to dry with ENJO. So I can pop this in my washing machine, which is fine. When Sue cleaned up the turkey bomb, I'm hoping that she maybe did a little hand wash because that's a huge saturation of fat and oil and grease. But all that we do is I take Orange Blossom washing up liquid. It is an ENJO. We have ENJO soaps. And that's because I care about the environment below me. We have a $20,000 septic system that if I can get a really good soap that cleans my ENJO well, doesn't leave anything in the fiber and doesn't put anything in my septic system, I'm on board with that, and so is my husband. You can use this straight, or I also have it diluted in a soap foamer. So soap foamers are really good because that is all the soap that you put in, and the rest is water. So it dilutes itself down. So it's very economical to use. So I do hot water. Quite literally, I would go clean my refrigerator. I would clean my sinks. I would clean my countertops with this, and then I clean my garbage can and my compost bucket before I would wash this. Okay, like you'll see when the fibers are full, it won't pick up. You'll be full. All right, so all that I do is I do hot water. I do not have a water softener here, so I use a little bit more soap than what somebody with a water softener would. You can't really see me. I'm kind of doing it a little finger wash. And there we go. And I would hang to dry, okay? You can also pop it in your washing machine. It has to be on a hot soapy load though, just like your hair again. And we have laundry liquid, which actually is on sale right now. If you purchase ENJO today at a certain price, this comes free. So this is 300 milliliters. I don't know who does the laundry in your home, but this is 60 loads of laundry for me. 60. Yeah. Oh, you guys are rocking this.
60. What?
60.
No.
Yeah. 60 loads of laundry for me.
60.
Because 60.
60.
60.
Is there a magical little ENJO in there?
Because actually this could be 120 loads of laundry for someone. Because I use a teaspoon. It is dough. Everything's liquid based in ENJO because we sell worldwide. So European machines take a lot less than our big machines here in Canada. You can dose this a half a teaspoon to 2 teaspoons. And I use 1 teaspoon in my load because I don't have a water softener. 60. All right. Now, the other thing that I do, if you're going to pop it in your washing machine, I will normally wash it with anything except really big fluffy towels because they're linty. And I hate lint on my drying cloths. When I'm drying something, I don't want any lint. And these working fibers pick up, as you noticed, they will pick up a lot of lint. And your drying cloths will pick up a lot of lint as well. So I pop them, it doesn't have to be an ENJO laundry bag, but I pop them in a laundry bag. I pop my drying cloths in a laundry bag and I put them all in one load. Anything that you're doing on hot soapy load, pop it in except for your towels. Okay. All right. Floors. Are you guys okay for me to keep going here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. So floors, this is why I had my first demo. Because with the cleaning class, we reward our hosts with some money off, which is incredible. But I wanted to be off my hands and knees. I was literally doing 2,400 square feet on my hands and knees, pushing vinegar into my floors and really not washing it off. I mean, you can say I was, but I really wasn't. So the fibers that I showed you downstairs, I'm going to show you here. So this is our dust fiber. You pop it on your floor. You push your system in. Actually, maybe I'll bring you closer to my feet first. Is that okay? Maybe I'll bring myself closer to you so that you can see this. Okay, so everything is actually worked with your feet. So I put it into the fiber. There are two toggles. There's an opened and a closed. I don't know if you can see that. The sunlight's coming in there. So you step on your open to make a V, and then you pop it down and you step on your closed. So now your fiber is stuck on there, okay? There is a little tiny lock. When you pull that up with your foot, I'm just gonna step on here. I cannot pull my floor system out, but I can move it now, okay? So I've got lots of movement. So when the lock is down, I can actually take my floor system, sorry, I just want you to see what I'm doing with my hand, and twist and pull this handle out. And it comes out for two very important reasons. Let me show you that now. It comes out to put a dust flexi on. So this is the dust flexi that I was talking about cleaning my girlfriend's fans. It flexes, so you can put it in any direction. There's a titanium post in here. I've had mine for 13 years. It's incredible. But you can take the handle off. So you can use this without your floor system. But when you get into high areas in your home, you want a 6-foot reach. So now I can clean cobwebs from ceilings. I can take this and I can go over top of cupboards. I can straighten this. Now I can go under surfaces that I don't want to bend over. I can go under stoves. I can go under the computer desk. I can go under really low profile furniture. So that's the dust flexi. This thing is the most amazing tool ever. And I'm going to show you how to use this, but this is a window system. It's the same fiber as the glove in the living zone, same fiber. And I'll show you how to use the two of them together. But there is a little E-clip on here that if you take your thumbs, you can push the E-clip off, take off the cap. Then you can pop this on your floor system, line up your holes, and then pop your E-clip back in so that it's on there. Then if you've got a trailer that has an awning, you can go out and clean that with just water. You can put your blade back on, and you can do windows now that have shrubbery in front, that have a 6-foot reach. So I can literally clean it with almost one hand, squeegee down my water. I'm not pushing on the surface, remember? I'm just letting things fall down so that I'm cleaning things without ladders. This is also great for the top of my car. I've got this sunroof on my car that is, it's impossible to clean without ENJO, okay? So that's how you do that. So let's go back to the floor system here. So I'm going to put my floor pole back on. You push straight down and turn so that you hear a click. I'm going to pull up on my lock, so then I can turn my pole lefty-loosey, and I can make it as high as what I want. So then I'm kind of dancing with this pole. Let me move this down so you can see my hands when I'm doing this. So you're really lightly and gently dusting your floors. So it won't pick up gravel And I've got crumbs here. I'm just gonna hang on to my crumbs. But what I do is I pull that all now to the garbage, and all that I'm sweeping up is the little tiny bit of crumbs. But what it's picking up is a lot of yuck. There's a great big fly there. There's all kinds of stuff. So that's when I would take this outside and beat it. I always say to please do your floors, dust them first before you do any watching. And then watching your floor, I'm going to take this is actually mine, this is my soft fiber. So you're going to wet a little bit on it. I'll just show you how I do this quick.
Is that the same one as this fiber here?
Sorry, Sue, what was that?
Is that the same one?
This is the same one for the
Like
shiny
this one.
flat hardwood.
Oh, not that one. This
Oh
one?
no, that's
Yeah,
the
but you
living
said-
glove.
Yeah, I know, but you said it's like the same fiber.
Oh yes, sorry, as this.
No,
Yeah.
no. This glove, right? Like the fiber that you've got for the floors is the same fiber as which one?
Oh,
This
I'm
one?
sorry, Sue. Yes, it is this side.
That one.
Yes,
It's like a looped loom.
that's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. So you can use that glove on your hardwood. If you've got a little apartment and you just need a little tiny spot, you can get down on your hands and knees kind of to use that. Yes. Sorry, I didn't realize it was the textile glove you had there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so now I'm going to change my floor system. And I'm going to load this guy. I'm going to lengthen my handle so that I'm not doing this anymore. I'm going to stand up and I'm going to pull in an S motion to do the floors. Now, I'm not running out of water, but when I do, I just grab a water bottle and I wet down. And then I go through. And it's that easy. When you're done, if it's a really big job and you've got a really dirty floor fiber, which mine is right now, you would actually pop it in the washing machine. Or you can leave it on there to dry, like that. Okay? All right, let's do a window quick before everyone falls asleep. Any questions so far? You're good? Okay. So this is the glove from the Living Zone. It's our darkest glove. Sue actually held up the next one, which is the textile glove. So it's light blue and it's got stripes on it.
That one?
But this is the same glove it's okay. It's the same glove. This is the same one that Sue just had. This is the strongest glove in our Living Zone for wood, walls, windows. This is incredible on screens. I used to use dish soap on screens and got all that, I don't know, it just looked like swirls because here we're cleaning a lot of dirt. And I can't use something that just smushes very well. Pull it off. I also use this glove for all my high-touch areas. So I take this out in my car. I dust it first because usually it's dusty. But then you want to do your steering wheel. You want to do your stick shift. You want to do anything that you're touching inside your car. So no more Armor All, which is toxic, and actually just adds a mixture to grab new dust. You want to pull all that off with this. So water, cold water out.
And which one is your backlit, Laurie? Which one is that?
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
This is the dark. This is the dark blue one.
Ah, this one. Okay.
Yes.
Got it.
Sorry, I know the lighting's really hard.
Yeah. Okay, great.
So this is the darkest fiber out of your Living Zone right here. This is the one that's the same. This is my window system that I use. These are the same fibers. So I did windows with this for quite a long time, actually. I have a lot of windows. I have 40 windows in my house. So I used a lot of paper towel still and a lot of drying cloths. And it wasn't until later I found out about this tool. I actually thought it was really expensive and stupid, honestly. I thought, I don't need this. I could do this. And then I became a consultant. And I thought, okay, now I have to buy this to show people how to use it. This is incredible. It saves me so much time. If you are the window cleaner in your home, this is the bomb to do it, okay? Inside the car, you can push this little button, take your squeegee out, and now you can do the inside of your car window. The only thing is your window is curved and this is flat. So you kind of have to do a little bit this way. And then when you take your squeegee in your hand, because it's very little area that you have to work with inside your car, you'll use the top portion of your squeegee to pull the water down. Then take your glove, mop up the water and clean the dash, and then just dry off what's left. And the inside of your car window is crazy clean. But I'll show you how to use this on the window right now. So I usually turn my squeegee around. So I will store it like this. And then I will turn it around when I'm ready to use it. Or like I said in the car, just take it off by pushing this button. So I used to use a dollar store squeegee. That's why I thought this was stupid. I thought, oh, all squeegees are the same. Yeah, no, they're not. This thing allows me to not push anywhere when I'm doing a window. And I'll show you how to do that now. I hope you can see this with the light. Windows are really hard. At the farm, we have a window. So this is the water bottle that's made in Italy. But what's cool about it is it has a weighted system. So you actually have water wherever you go. So you can turn this upside down. You can do whatever. Sorry, I just need to grab my hand back on. You can be upside down and still have water. Also, the nozzle, you can do a fine spray, or you can be back a story to get water up on your window. So of course, we're gonna use water, and we're gonna put it on. We're gonna clean with a fiber. You can also clean with your glove. So what I do with this is I use it together. I clean all the trim. I clean the doorknobs because they're high touch areas. I clean the light fixture things here, the light plates. This is the one inside the car on the steering wheel. And then I also use it to mop up water at the bottom when I squeegee this down. So what you do is you put your squeegee up here and you just gently pull it down. Wipe your squeegee. Pop it up here. Pull down. Wipe your squeegee. And then you can use any water that's left to mop up any dirt or fly poop at the bottom. And then you take your drying cloth and you just dry around what's left. So it leaves a little tiny bead of water around the outside of the windows. I'm going to dry my door down. I'm going to move on. So the whole idea behind using a glove with the squeegee system is that this does the majority of the mopping up of the water, and it'll clean at the same time because you're only using water, and then you're saving your drying cloth. So I can do 20 windows with one cloth in this system. If you've got a lot of tracking with a lot of dirt, you know how your windows are dirty and the tracking, just take cold water on the glove, rip through all that dirt. This will be super dirty, so rinse it just under cold water just to get rid of the big chunks. Roll it out again, and then go back into the tracking. So you're rinsing off a lot of big, big chunky stuff. And that's all.
Morning, Doug.
No, it's all you, sir. She just went quiet, Tom.
No. So I'll tell you, if you can't think of anything off the top of your head, I'll tell you how you can purchase if you decide to purchase. It's up to everybody. And then we can go from there, okay? So ENJO ships in 5 business days. We're shipping directly to homes, and our shipping costs are $8.95. And it's a flat rate. So whether you buy 2 ENJO makeup removers for $22 to give to your whoever as gifts or to use on your own skin, actually, it's $8.95. If you purchase the entire Clean Home Pack, it's $8.95. So we do a flat rate of shipping. Our warehouse is in Caledon, actually, in a very small garage. We are a family business, so we do not have a ton of people everywhere with a lot of different things. And we're very fortunate it's in Caledon because I've received my ENJO in about 2 days. But we normally say about 5 business days just to kind of give everybody, you know, a bit of a round thing. So I know it was a lot of information today. I am really hoping that we get back together and we can start using ENJO, and then you'll have questions, because I sure did. And then we can get back together and fine tune things. If anybody wants to have the next demo, we actually reward our hosts with our host program. So you can get anywhere from $35 to $175 off your ENJO, which meant a lot to me starting out. Maybe some people don't care. It was a really good thing. For sure, we're always looking for people to join our business. We are at 200 consultants in Canada. That's it. We are in a blue ocean. If anybody knows what that means, it means that there are so many homes to change here. There are 8 consultants just here in Bruce County, actually, and we're all doing very well. We're all busy, and I think it's because our education is starting to reach a lot of people. So our zones, they're about $1 a week, and I will put these up. How about we do this? I can put all the pricing up in that Facebook group, Sue, or we can do, if anybody wants to send me their email, like I can do that, or Messenger works good. It's really up to you.
Maybe post it up on the Facebook group. That'd be great.
Yeah, Jim and Robert, are you guys okay to get into that Facebook group?
Well, I'm not on the group. I didn't know there was one, so I will look for that later.
Okay, and then I'll put all the pricing.
Yeah. I'm sure Sue would help me find the group if I had a problem. As long as I don't take her turkey out of the oven.
Yeah, don't spill that turkey.
I love it.
Before I take a turkey out of your oven, I'm going to get you a new pan.
That's okay. It only happens like once a year.
I know.
Only happens in
We're doing chicken next year.
Chicken for
It's a good Christmas gift for Sue.
So I look for this. So I need to look for this Facebook group, or do you have a website?
I have a Facebook page. I don't have a website. You can go on the ENJO Canada website and then message me, or if you want to give me your email at the end, Jim, I can just email stuff to you as well. It's totally up to you. So
okay, I don't have your email.
No, but I can give it to you. Yeah, I can give it to you at the end of the Zoom. Yeah. So our zones are all here, and I'll put that information up. They also do a 2-zone special. So you can choose between the kitchen, the living, and the bathroom zone. Your kitchen and living are your 2 most expensive. So I always say get your 2 most expensive for one price. It's $279. And then have your own cleaning class and get your bathroom for free. Actually, I'm pretty thrifty. So this is lasting minimum of 3 years. So not purchasing really anything, but maybe a good soap, or maybe you've got a good soap at home. Or they do a clean home pack that has everything that you saw today, including your skincare. Now, $7.99 is a financing price, and that is what it's normally on sale for. But right now, it's another $25 off with the sale that's on. So there is a flooring sale on, and the skincare systems are on sale, and also the laundry liquid can come free. You've got a choice, and I will put that all up or email it to you on the Facebook. Okay. So to order, honestly, I just need your address, your email, because we send a receipt and a tracking number straight to your email, and your phone number, because as the consultant did not contact me when I purchased ENJO, I actually do customer care. So I'm not here to sell you more. I'm actually to get you going on what you've got already at home. And if you're ready for the next step, if you see the value in it and you want to pull all the rest of the chemicals out, then we move on to the next step. But basically, I'm here to answer questions. So if you receive a phone call from me or a text or an email, it's just because I'm checking on you. I want to make sure everything's going fine with what you've got. Okay.
Okay.
Good.
Thank you.
Very good.
Yeah, you're welcome. So I'm just going to stop the recording here. And then